first, fast, accurate. With Jennifer Copeland and Rick Schutt. You're watching WSBT Channel 22 News at 6.
Well, whether you like it or not, winter weather is here, and for most of the area, lake effect snow is falling right now, even breaking a record in South Bend.
Now we have Lime Storm Tracker team coverage from every angle tonight. Reporters covering it out there. You see right there. It's caused a lot of chaos at times. WSBT 22's Andy Chang and Zach Crenshaw have been out all day checking on road conditions and those slide-offs and accidents. And
WSBT 22's Patrick Roth is out there checking on the work of road crews. But let's start our team coverage with WSBT 22 meteorologist Matt Rudkin. Matt, we're expecting more snow even tonight.
Right now, Jennifer, here's a live look in South Bend, courtesy of the St. Joseph Regional Medical Center. Of course, this is the football field at St. Joseph High School, and you could see very slow travel. Actually, around 5:30 when Abby was doing the weather, there was a slide off right around here. So roads, without a doubt, very, very slick. Here's a look at live storm tracker radar. The darker grays on our storm tracker indicate heavier snow. The lighter grays indicate lighter snow. So let's start off in St. Joseph County. South Bend, Southside Mishawaka, up towards the northwest side of South Bend, hit hard this morning with around a half a foot of snow. Everywhere else saw less than an inch. That's typical of lake effect. A band sits up and it sticks around. Right now we're seeing the heaviest between Niles and South Bend, so right around 933 and the bypass right around the airport here. Mishawaka's right here. You can see 331 Bremen Highway. You're starting to see some of that heavy snow. Granger, same deal. So we'll zoom in just a little bit more. Roseland, Notre Dame, for example. This is heavy snow that's been the case for the past, probably an hour or so. Berrien County up towards Niles, you're seeing some as well. Bridgman. You're seeing some US 12, Galeen, Three Oaks, down towards New Buffalo. Decent amount of snow out there as well. The theme here is, if you're out and about, take it slow tonight. This will eventually likely line up in one or two bands as we go through the overnight hours. Here's our thoughts on how much will accumulate. Just like this morning, most of us don't see too much. What happened this morning is one band sat over the heart of the viewing area, South Bend, Mishawaka, and we saw a lot. If you were up in St. Joseph, you saw hardly anything. So, and this purple area has the best chance of seeing that band. Determining on where it wobbles around will determine who sees the most. If you live in our southern counties, so Warsaw, Rochester, Winnemac, you'll likely see a few flakes, which is typical of lake effect. Coming up in your full forecast, I'll detail this for you hour by hour, and we'll let you know eventually where the sunshine comes, which there is some sun in the forecast. Also, there are some warmer temperatures way down the line, so some good news there. But again, not a lot of significant snow tonight, just depends on where that band sets up. One thing we want to keep our eye on as people drive home from the work is road conditions. WSBT 22's Annie Chang is live in St. Joseph County. And Annie, how are the roads looking tonight?
Well, one point of concern, Matt, is that the snow is starting to accumulate on the roads again. So I want to show you up close and personal what we're working with here. You can see it's a very fine, powdery, very sticky and kind of slick snow. So this is what's been causing the traffic problems and the accidents that we saw throughout the day. The roads in South Bend this morning could be summed up like this.
A mess.
It usually takes Brenda Nearwicki about 15 minutes to get to the doctor's office, but not when it looks like this outside.
I mean, I left my house at 8 o'clock and I didn't get here till 9:30 at the doctor's office.
Slick roads during the morning commute were the big problem. No evidence of salt or sand being put down.
Less than pleasant, if you will.
Transpo drivers were pulled off their routes until noon. General Manager David Kangany says the conditions were just too dangerous.
You know, we had a couple buses that were involved in some accidents today, as well as buses that were just stuck in traffic, and we weren't going anywhere. We weren't being productive, so the decision was made to pull everything off the street. This woman sat in traffic so long, she ran out of gas.
It was backed up, yes.
But thanks to police and a couple of good Samaritans, she was eventually up and running again. The toll road was another problem area. Bad visibility coupled with slick roads.
It is sticky, it's slippery, it's not friendly. You have to be very careful. That's the word.
Drive carefully and slowly, or if you can,
stay home.
How quickly things change here in Michiana. Just an hour ago, I told you visibility wasn't that big of a deal, but take a look now. The snow is really starting to come down, so it's going to be sporadic here and there. It looks like we are in the middle of a snow band right now, so drivers just be extra careful tonight. Reporting live from St. Joseph County, I'm Annie Chang, WSBT 22 News.
And now, one of the largest accidents of the day involved two South Bend school buses, a transpo bus, and 6 cars. WSBT 22's Zach Crenshaw is at the live desk right now to tell us why some of those passengers, though, were smiling at the end of it. Zach?
Well, South Bend primary students, to be specific, Rick, many were in tears when the initial accident happened, but that all changed when the Women's Care Center jumped into action. Take a look at this exclusive video from an employee with the center. They invited all of the kids and adults from the accident inside their building and gave them water and granola bars. The children even began singing, which was not how they felt when they walked in.
So they came in and they were shaken, and then I think they realized that this was sort of like a field trip. One kid said, "This is the best field trip we've ever had."
Fortunately, no one was injured in the pileup, and only one car needed to be towed. Jennifer?
All right, Zach, thanks so much. We continue our team coverage with WSBT 22's Patrick Roth. He's been keeping an eye on the crews dealing with these roads. So, Patrick, what's the latest where you are?
Well, crews have been working on improving the roads all day and throughout the evening. The roads are in much better shape than they were earlier this morning. For officials and commuters, this really was the perfect storm of bad timing. The snow was falling a lot heavier and a lot faster than anyone predicted, and it was also falling right in the middle of rush hour. So you have a combination of whiteout conditions, icy roads, and a lot of people on their way to work, and it was a recipe for a lot of accidents, and as we've told you, that's kind of what happened. And now street crews are racing to catch up and make sure things are ready for the evening commute.
But they're out putting salt down, we're out putting our brine solution down. You know, we're working at it, and we'll make progress and get it done.
Now, crews are still working on improving the roads, but as you can see, it's still snowing and snow is starting to accumulate on the roads. These are still very dangerous driving conditions, and even though they're working on the roads all day, they say a lot still depends on the weather. And as you can see behind me, the weather's not exactly cooperating right now. Reporting live in Mishawaka, Patrick Roth, WSBT 22 News.
And don't forget to stay with WSBT 22 News. Throughout this newscast, we will be showing your snow pictures that really help tell us this story.
To submit those pictures, email us at share@WSBT.com or on social media, use hashtag #ShareWSBT. And you can always find the latest storm tracker coverage on WSBT.com. And we have some breaking news that we're heading out to the scene of what's being called a working fire involving a large building in St. Joseph County. Now, the fire is reportedly at Tejas Tubular, which is in the 31,000 block of Edison Road. That's in New Carlisle. Now, you'll remember that plant just had a grand opening back in May. We have a crew working to get you more information on this, and we will keep you updated.
New at 6, new jobs could be on a way to St. Joseph County, and that may mean just the beginning of new development in an area that is right now just cornfields.
Yeah, WSBT 22's Kelly Stopsinski is here. And Kelly, you know, a South Bend manufacturing company wants to move because it needs more space.
And you've probably driven by this building just a couple times at least. General Sheet Metal Works, you see it right here. It's been at the corner of Main and Calvert Streets for the last 93 years. The problem, though, with this location, they're spread out in 4 different buildings. There is just no more room in these buildings for equipment and orders because the company continues to grow. Inside General Sheet Metal Works, employees are busy, making metal fabricating and stamping parts and assemblies for other companies that use those parts to make bigger products. General Sheet Metal says it's growing by about 9% each year, and it's worked hard to create a culture where people want to work.
The manufacturing workforce is aging significantly. I think the average age of a tool and die worker in the U.S. is 54 today. For people to be interested in manufacturing as a career, we're going to have to create some great places to work.
Part of the plan to do that is here. The company recently bought some of this farmland near Olive and Old Cleveland Roads, just south of Tire Rack.
We really think we're going to raise the bar.
Their plan is to invest about $22 million in a brand new facility. It's expected to create 28 new jobs right away, adding to the more than 185 employees already in South Bend.
This is excellent news for the county.
Part of General Sheet Metal's expansion may also be the beginning of a new 15-year TIF district in St. Joseph County. TIF stands for Tax Increment Financing. The idea is to capture the property taxes created by new development in a TIF district, then put that money back into the same area. It's generally used as an economic development tool.
This is a turnaround as far as I'm concerned. It's a turnaround that we can just hop on and continue to build from this.
And General Sheet Metal is also asking the county to issue bonds to pay for infrastructure in the district and let the company buy those bonds. I want to show you now exactly where we're talking about. So this right here, the Indiana Toll Road, right here, US 31 bypass headed north and south. Right here is Olive Street, and then this right here is Old Cleveland Road. Now this area right in here, this is right now is farmland. That's what we're talking about. General Sheet Metal wants to build right here, and it would be called the Northwest Cleveland Road Economic Development Area. The proposal to create this TIF district, though, still needs approval from the County Council, commissioners, as well as the Area Plan Commission, but the company wants to break ground in March. I'm Kelly Stopczynski, WSBT 22 News.
Well, the snow continues to pile up in some areas. These are live pictures in St. Joseph County, specifically near the toll road, right at the entrance there on Cleveland Road. How much more can we expect? Matt has the WSBT 22 Storm Tracker details ahead.
And all day we've been receiving some just fantastic pictures of the snow, like this one from Natasha. You can send us your pictures as well. Send them to share at WSBT.com and we'll add them to our gallery.
Now your accurate Storm Tracker forecast with meteorologist Matt Rudkin.
Lake effect snow has been the significant talking point for today. Notre Dame, downtown South Bend, south side of Mishawaka, about a half a foot, if not more, since this morning. Everywhere else, much less, around 1 to 2 inches. That'll be the theme tonight. We'll have to see where that band sets up and which community is underneath. Here's a look at live WSBT 22 Storm Tracker. Again, darker grays on our radar indicate the heavier snow. Up in Benton, or near Benton Harbor in Berrien County, you can see some snow up that way, but not nearly as impressive as it is in parts of Indiana, as well as Cass and St. Joseph County. Again, the darker grays near Cassopolis, Marcellus, you're seeing some of that as well. Same deal with Three Rivers, right around 131 up in Michigan. LaGrange and Elkhart County, some heavy snow around Elkhart down towards Goshen around US 33. Granger, Osceola, you're seeing some of that as well. Mishawaka. Down to the south side of South Bend and Mishawaka, seeing that as well. Madison Township down towards Wyatt. And also we'll zoom way out here. The south side, or the southern part of our viewing area, not much snow to talk about. That's the theme. Basically south of US 30, you won't really see too much of this. Temperatures right now, 26 in Goshen, it's 25 in South Bend, 27 in Warsaw, 27 Elkhart, 29 in Benton Harbor. Of course, with these temperatures below freezing, it'll be all snow tonight. Not worried about freezing rain or liquid rain. However, any snow that did melt today with the sunshine has now refrozen, so keep in mind it'll be very slick if you're out and about, especially north of US 6 tonight. Here's a look at Futurecast. Overnight, northwest winds, so we'll likely get 1 or 2 bands that set up. They wobble around as we go through the evening. By tomorrow, winds start to switch more to the west from the west, which means if you live south of the state line, you'll start to see less and less snow through the day. So around midday, it'll be mainly in southwest and west Michigan. And as we go towards tomorrow night, you'll notice much less snow. We quiet down for a couple of days. Once again, here's our thoughts on snowfall. 3 to 5 inches in the dark purple here. Not everybody in Berrien, Cass, Elkhart, and St. Joseph County will see that, but where that band sets up and wobbles around, whoever's stuck underneath that band the longest will be the winners of this snow event. Much, much less in our far southern counties. Here's a look at your WSBT 22 Storm Tracker forecast for tonight, right around 25, mostly cloudy, lake effect snow. If you live in our southern counties, you're going to get much cooler tonight because you won't have as many clouds. 30 tomorrow, on and off snow showers, the theme. Next several days, way below normal. Actually 20s as we head towards next week, and then 30s return a little bit as we head towards mid and late next week. Also, between the newscasts, when we're not on TV, a great way to stay in touch with us is Facebook, Twitter. Send us your pictures, and I'll make sure those pages are updated every 20 minutes as we go through the overnight hours. That way you can stay ahead of the snow.
Yes, you can. It's out there, that's for sure.
It's November.
It is. Thanks, Matt.
And you talk about those pictures. We've been posting a lot of them.
Nice.
They're so nice to see, especially cute ones like this. You can see a lot of those by going to our website.
All you have to do is share at WSBT.com. We'll add them to our photo gallery. We'll be right back.
First to cover breaking news with Jennifer Copeland and Rick Shutt. Your accurate storm tracker forecast with meteorologist Matt Rudkin. And sports with Pete Byrne. You're watching WSBT Channel 22 News at 6.
Well, the countdown is officially on. Many of you are looking forward to the grand opening of Costco in Mishawaka. The store on University Drive officially opens tomorrow morning at 8. This is video from the South Bend Tribune's Heidi Prescott. WSBT 22 first thing in the morning will be live at the store tomorrow. And tomorrow morning, we will be wrapping up our week-long tribute to those who have served for our country.
Now, WSBT 22's Suzanne Spencer sat down with a Vietnam War veteran who served as a frontline medic. More than 40 years later, Rick Bates's experiences at war are forever ingrained in his memory. The thing he remembers the most, the lives he saved and the soldiers who didn't come home.
It was a job. It had to be done. Somebody had to do it.
Well, watch WSBT 22 first thing in the morning to hear Bates's story and how PTSD continues to affect him today.
Northwestern has fond memories of their last trip to Notre Dame.
And Northridge riding high right now after winning their first sectional title. We're going to hear from the Raiders next in sports.
Now, sports with Pete Byrne.
It's been 19 years since Notre Dame and Northwestern last met on the football field. Pat Fitzgerald has been the head coach at Northwestern for the past 9 years, but he was a big part of that last meeting. Fitzgerald was the starting linebacker for Northwestern back in 1995 when the unranked Wildcats stunned the 9th-ranked Fighting Irish at Notre Dame Stadium. Fitzgerald, of course, was two-time Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year in college and a two-time All-American, so he knows a good linebacker when he sees one. And as he prepares to return to Notre Dame, now as a coach, he sees another great linebacker in the making.
The way that they're playing is very impressive. I mean, Smith is a ridiculous linebacker. I mean, he's fun to watch. He's relentless. He's just a great football player. There's a lot, I could say that about a lot of their guys. So, you know, it's going to be a great challenge, there's no doubt. But, you know, guys, we faced, I think, the number 1, the number 3, and a top 15 defense. You know, our offense has this year. So, you know, we've faced challenges. And guys need to put together a great week and bring it with them on Saturday.
Notre Dame practice inside the stadium today. Despite the snow outside, practice just wrapped up. We'll have more with Coach Brian Kelly tonight at 11. Several high school football teams will be under the lights and out in the cold tomorrow night, and I'm guessing they're pretty happy about it, too. That's because regional titles will be on the line for 6 Indiana teams and 2 Michigan teams, and Penn plays for the semi-state. We will have it all for you right here tomorrow night on WSBT Friday Night Football Fever. And in Class 4A, Northridge will be playing in the regional for the first time in school history. As Adam Darengowski shows us, they wouldn't be there without Peyton Carson, this week's WSBT and Burger King Outstanding Student Athlete.
The Northridge football team has had hard times in the past. So how do you explain this season's 10-2 record that includes the program's first ever sectional title?
This is a group of players that don't take no for an answer. We don't handle losing well. We know that feeling of losing, and I mean, I think we have a bunch of kids that are willing to do whatever it takes to not have that feeling again.
One of those kids is Peyton Carson, who in his senior season has consistently said no to coming off of the field.
I played quarterback. Corner is where I start. I return kicks and punts on a certain formation.
And the crazy thing is the guy was our receiver last year. I think everything that we put on his shoulders is he embraces it. And literally, we could go in that locker room right now, pull him into the office and say, hey, you know what, we're going to put you back to receiver. You know, and I think he'd do that. He's just a guy that whatever is going to be best for the team, he's all into it.
And although Peyton spends most of his time on the field, he's still not ready to leave.
If you talk to the entire team, we're not done here. We don't want to stop here and say, call it good. We're going to keep going, see how far we can go, play our best football, and see what happens.
Adam Darengowski, WSBT 22 Sports.
Certainly been a season to remember there in Middlebury. It'll be interesting to see how much farther this run will last for them. It's going to be a fun night tomorrow night, but it's going to be a cold night, I think.
Yes, it is.
Hand warmers in the gloves. Yes.
You talk about the cold and the snow. Matt has one last look at the snow. But first, here's a look at our WSBT 22 photo gallery of all the pictures you've sent throughout the day. These photos really help us tell the story of the snowstorm. So please keep sharing them with us.
Still tracking snow out there, especially north of US 30. This is a pure lake effect event. If you've lived here for a while, you know what that means. And between the bands, no snow. If you're stuck under one, you're going to get a lot real quick, which has been the theme for most of the day. 3 to 5 inches. Again, not everybody will see that. As a matter of fact, most won't. It's just if you get stuck under one of the bands. Ask anybody in South Bend or Mishawaka today. They'll refer you to what I'm talking about. Much, much less so if you live south of US 30. Temperatures in the 30s and 20s the next few days, and we're starting to see a little itty bit of light at the end of the tunnel, a whopping 38 by Thursday. Yeah. So we do start to warm up. Next week's lake effect setup looks very nice too, so something to keep in the back of your mind. Dust off the shovel if you haven't yet.
Yeah. Very nice and get ready for more snow, right?
That's right. Buy the salt, all that good stuff.
All right, we'll see you at 10 over on SBT 2, then back here at 11.
Have a great night.
When you're choosing health insurance, you have a lot to think about. Will we get the clinics and hospitals that are best for us? Will we get the doctors we want? And will they work together to keep the whole family healthy? When you see St. Joe, you know. You know you have a team with a national reputation for excellence, providing the care you expect, guided by high standards and a higher calling. So when it comes time to choose, just say, I want St. Joe.
It all starts Saturday, 9 a.m. Black Saturday at Art Van Furniture. The Black Friday deals before the crowds. Up to 70% off everything store-wide. Plus, take an extra 10% off the sale price. Plus, 0% till 2019. Guaranteed delivery before Thanksgiving. Add free TVs and Samsung Galaxy tablets, and you have Black Saturday. 9 a.m. at Art Van Furniture. Start saving right now at artvan.com.
Belmont Beverage, your source for a great selection of beer, wine, and spirits. Our expansive beer cooler has virtually every major brand and some well-kept secrets. Belmont Beverage has a premium selection of wines housed in a temperature-controlled room. Customers can also sample hand-selected wines from one of our Napa Technology wine stations. Choose from a variety of frozen cocktails and ice-cold spirits. And don't forget to pick up quality cigars from our humidor. Selection, service, value is what to expect from Belmont Beverage.
Hi folks, it's our Fall into Savings sales event, and backed by popular demand, you can get any vehicle for just $69 down, $69 a month, only at The Car Company in Warsaw and Goshen. Right now we have our entire inventory on sale for just $69 down, $69 a month. No matter what your credit situation is, The Car Company will get you approved and in the vehicle you want for just $69 down, $69 a month. So fall into savings, only at The Car Company in Warsaw and Goshen. Great cars, great prices.
Mugs and Mellencamp tickets. Sign up for your chance to win on WSBT.com.
Tonight, the Arctic blast goes coast to coast. Records fall with freezing temperatures moving into every state. Reports from Adriana Diaz and Jamie Yukas. Eric Fisher tells us what's coming next. Nancy Cordes with new revelations tonight on how the Secret Service missed an intruder who ran into the White House. The Russians are coming. David Martin on Putin's plan to send bombers to the Caribbean and the Gulf of Mexico. The first photo from the surface of a comet, but Charlie D'Agata tells us there's a shadow hanging over the mission. And Jim Axelrod in a town that forgets its tough times every Friday night.
We're all here for the same cause. Friday nights, everyone's here to watch the clips.